Hi everyone, this is Jospec Network TV bringing to you more accurate news from all around the world. Please kindly subscribe to our channel if you're yet to do so, and if you have done so, we say thank you. Now to the news. The Vice President, Yemi Osinbajo, has expressed disagreement on comments reflective of a blank view of Nigerian history as the country marks 60th independence anniversary. Osinbajo, who spoke Thursday at the visual edition of the NASFAT Global Youth Summit, a unified, peaceful, and prosperous Nigeria, says despite the challenges we face, we have endured as a people, and there is still so much that he believes should give us reason to face the future with hope. The vice president, who called on the youth not to succumb to the challenges confronting the nation, says young Nigerians hold the key to a more united, peaceful, and prosperous nation. According to him, he said, I urge you to guide your heart and protect your capacity for idealism and creative optimism. These are the tools with which you will build the Nigeria of our dream. We have a future worth fighting for. Your generation has what it takes to move us away from the destructive and unproductive rent-seeking attitude conflict onto the terrain of enhanced productivity. Your generation has the tools to usher in a new age of abundance and wealth creation that will lift our society beyond the hunter-induced and poverty-inducing over a national cake that has ceased to exist. As Nigerians seek to find our proper place in the world in the 21st century, you are our nation's most important resources. It is because of you that a united, peaceful, and prosperous Nigeria is very possible. Professor Osinbajo, while speaking about overcoming the challenges confronting the nation, said the youth capacity for innovation would come handy in an era of scarcity and unequal distributions of resources. He said, much of the discontent and tensions that we have are distributional conflict ignited by the struggle for access to tangible and intangible resources. As resources become scarce, identity-based claim to a share of the national panorama become more aggressive and led increasingly to conflict. Under these circumstances, we are liable to see each other as competitors and rivals instead of competitors, and eventually we begin to demonstrate or demonize each other as enemies. With a population of about 200 million and with our country on track to be the third most populous nation on earth in a few decades, the challenges for us is creating opportunities for the huge number of people that increasingly need education, food, health, care, and employment. This is where your capability to innovate comes in. The vice president, who recalled the effort made in the past to promote unity among Nigerians and progress across different sectors of the economy, said Nigeria must not relent in striving for a progressive and united country. Inspired by constitutional imperative, we created institutions such as Federal Government College, otherwise known as Unity Schools, and the National Youth Service Corps (NYSC) to foster solidarity among our diverse people. We instituted the federal character principle to govern democratization of opportunities, participation, and representation in our public institutions. We are therefore alive and here at a time in history when our society must complete the unfinished task of resolving issues of structural poverty, enhanced inequalities in access to social and economic opportunities, injustice, and the diminishing faith in governing institutions, all of which create profound radical discontent with the social order. The Vice President added, those of us who desire a united, peaceful, and prosperous Nigeria must confront the everyday injustice that mock our aspirations and our confidence in a shared future. His words, it is important that we do not raise our voice only when we perceive the right of our own group to have been violated. We must make common cause with other groups when their injustice becomes our right or are rooted in universal principles that cannot be selectively applied. We must also reject the idea that some Nigerians have to lose in order for other Nigerians to win, and that some Nigerians have to be deprived in order for some Nigerians to prosper. We can all win and we can all live in prosperity. Nigeria will work for each of us only when it works for all of us. The Vice President said we must resist the temptation, to demonize whole group by judging them by their most extreme existence. We must resist the urge, to purge all these communities. As citizens, there are moral choice upon us. We are using our influence to promote measures, voice of reasons, or are we amplifying the voice of diverse hate among ourselves? The choice before us is clear. The event features presentation by Islamic scholar including Sheikh Nuruddin. So what do you think about what he says? Do you think there is sense in what he's saying, or do you think he's just saying all these things because he's part of the government, or one of the people that are really having their own share in this government? For me, I don't know, but your comments and contributions will be needed in this particular news, because what he's saying, to me, there is no sense in it. Because you say the youth are the leaders of tomorrow, but the elders are not giving them the chance. They're not giving us the chance to really exhibit what we have in our minds. You understand? It is all these old people that still dominate the key positions and the key places in Nigeria. And you're saying the youth are the leaders of tomorrow. I don't get it. The youth that they don't have adequate education. They can't even boast of eating 3 square meals in a day. The youth that even jobs are scarce to find. So for me, I don't agree with what he's saying. But what is your own comment? Your comment we'll really need your comment on this particular news, and we'll be glad if you can drop one. And please, if you're yet to subscribe to our channel, please don't forget to do so. And if you have done so, please say thank you. We appreciate you and we love you. Bye.